many of my clients come to me and say, "Hey, Nicholas, how should we prepare for the future?" And my answer is, well, don't prepare for the future, but prepare for futures in plural. This report provides corporate leaders with a set of 4 plausible futures, but not only qualitative descriptions, but a lot of very hard facts. How will the world in 2050 look like from an economic, a political, a defense, a societal, and many other dimensions? And I think that makes the difference.
Just spell it out for us. The benefit of planning in unpredictable and volatile times.
You know, we see clients, and particularly if you look at big impacts, whether it's pandemic, whether it's conflict, whether it's tariffs or other elements, I think many of our clients were just overwhelmed by the amplitude and the suddenness of the shock. And I think the scenario planning allows you to be prepared for different futures. I think in the late 1990s, many companies did long range planning and predicted their revenues and their EBIT 10 years ahead. I think today the idea is to say, okay, what could happen? What could be different base cases, optimistic cases, negative cases going forward, and develop your strategy according to this.
What do you mean plausible futures?
So to look at where is actually the world going. Scenarios are always precisely wrong, but generally right. And very often clients tell me, well, scenarios are a qualitative description of the world, but that doesn't help me if I want to derive strategy from this. And so together with my team, we really spend time on saying, can we describe the scenarios not only in a qualitative, verbal way, but can we quantify it? And so what we did is we quantified those scenarios along 20 KPIs, key performance indicators, which cover varieties of society. You have economic indicators, geopolitical indicators, societal indicators, health indicators, environmental indicators that describe the world. And I think this is the powerful element of these scenarios. Having 4 scenarios that go 25 years into the future and that go into a very clear quantitative description of the world along all these parameters is quite rare, and actually then gives the profound basis for strategic foresight work.
What about the truly extreme possibilities? Let's talk about those. Do you think that we're all a little bit guilty, leaders too, of getting a bit bogged down or distracted by the more implausible scenarios?
Every time I talk to corporate leaders, they always come with the black swan event. What happens if we have singularity, so AI taking over control? What happens if we have a war in space where satellites shoot each other down? What happens if nuclear fusion is changing the equation of energy management? And so on and so on. I think these are obviously scenarios which we also described in the report. But to a lower level because they are highly improbable. Yeah, it would be wrong to focus your strategy only on this type of extreme examples. I think what we would suggest is that you take these 4 important scenarios which have a high probability, and then you can still stress test your organization with some of these black swan events. But just making clear that those scenarios have a probability in the high double-digit scenario probability, while autonomous swarms or a war in space is probably a low single-digit probability.